Hello and welcome to another edition of Good Morning Pattaya, Pattaya Channel's very own breakfast show. I'm your host, Nick Pendrell, and joining me once again on the comfortable sofas, it's the lovely Carolyn. How are you doing today?
Hi, Nick. I'm very well, thank you, very well.
Thanks for coming back.
You're welcome.
And also welcome to our guest today, who's Bronwyn from Women with a Mission. Welcome to Good Morning Pattaya.
Thank you very much for having me today.
So maybe you could start off by telling us what is the mission that Women with a Mission are on?
Oh, that's really easy. Our mission is really about helping children. It's about educating children who have otherwise would not have the opportunities.
Right.
Yeah, to be educated. Women with a Mission is the mission is really our passion. Mm-hmm. It's about our passion to work with young people. We started after the tsunami in 2004, and that was originally to just try and help people who were affected by the tsunami. Mm-hmm. And that developed into working with schools to build lunch farms to feed them.
Right.
It went forward to the young babies from Phi Phi Island to get supplying milk for the first 3 years after the tsunami. And out of that, first just almost a reaction to what happened, a disaster that happened out there. We three ladies have developed a whole new program working with young people.
Excellent. So obviously Paddy was very fortunate that we weren't hit by the tsunami, and it started off in Phuket then? Yeah,
it's that whole coastline of Phuket, Khao Lak, Krabi, down in Koh Lanta, and the wave that came in washed away so much of the soil, obviously, the homes of the people, the boats. And when we first went down all those years ago, the devastation was enormous.
I can imagine.
And we were flabbergasted, and we thought, good heavens, what can we three ladies do? And you know, it's really easy if you put your mind to it. It was a matter of just coordinating with other community groups such as Jesters, Pattaya Sports Club, in those days Thai Children's Trust, just working, Pattaya International Ladies Club, just working with everybody together. But we then went down every month, we monitored how the monies were spent. And working with Michai, also with his programs, we were able to build lunch farms and do amazing things.
Just tell us what a lunch farm is.
A lunch farm.
Interesting.
Well, it's you have a school, and you have some extra land at the school, so you start growing vegetables, you start perhaps growing chicken, catfish. In Koh Lanta we even had a small orchard. So the principle is that instead of just giving money to the schools to help feed them every day, we encouraged them and taught them how to grow their own food. Now obviously you're never going to grow enough food to completely feed 200, 300, 400 young people. But you're teaching self-reliance. So our school lunch farms were, and some are still they're continuing, and it involves bringing in the community, bringing in the parents on school holidays, parents coming in and help watering. So again, we're great believers in community involvement and working together within the community. But young people whose parents couldn't afford to feed them because they had nothing were now being fed a lunch every day. So,
and do the children help out at the lunch farms?
They do all the gardening. They plant the seeds, they till them, they all sit there. And
I guess it's part of their curriculum as well, isn't it? They sort of learn how to...
the kids love it. Wow. Yeah. Not the lazy ones. It's always the odd lazy one.
And it's a brilliant idea of helping them to help themselves. Has these lunch farm idea, has it been going for a while? Or
Well, the whole, it actually belongs to a bigger concept that Michai's organisation has, and that is the whole village concept of bringing in the village to set up microeconomic development programs, but for all the people within the village to also contribute, so that they might do mangrove planting, they might help with the lunch farm program, so that you're helping a whole village to empower themselves to be able to cope after a crisis.
Yeah.
So that was, that was how we started.
Fantastic. Now, you said that there's 3 of you.
Yes.
Obviously, who were the other 2 ladies?
Right. The other two women are Kylie Grimmer, I'm Australian, she's Australian also, and Roseanne Diamante, and she's an American. And we're just everyday women who just were living here in Pattaya. And we, after this crisis, we came together because we were all involved in the ladies' clubs.
Yeah.
And we put out, anyone who wants to be involved, come and meet us for a coffee morning or for coffee.
Yeah.
And those 2 women, myself and one other woman, Yona, we all came together and it became such a powerful organisation. The 3 of us, Yona has gone back to Finland and had a family, but the 3 of us have stayed together and still working together 10 years later. Yeah.
So Thailand's a huge country. You can't, unfortunately, help every school. So after starting off, I was in Phuket just a week ago, and you can't tell there's any damage from the tsunami. Completely recovered now. So where geographically is your main focus these days?
Now we have 2 sections. We work locally. At the moment, we are working down with the Kun Boon Chu Centre down in Bang Chang, and that's working with young people with autism, cerebral palsy, young people with disabilities, and that focus is really about bringing in expats with skills, speech training, physical therapy to actually come in and give highly qualified assistance to these young people and to teach the Thai staff how to do it themselves.
Right.
Yes.
Our really big focus, I guess, or our main other focus is up on the Thai-Burmese border. And we're working up there with a particular school now. That has evolved from working with many schools down to just one big school. And we have 360 students altogether in the school, 250 of which are boarders. And I shudder every time I think about this. I thought, God, how do we do this? But you know, at the moment we're paying the teachers' salaries. We pay for all the utilities, the transport. And interestingly enough, transport's quite an expensive part of the funding of a school program.
Is that bringing the children from their homes to the school?
Well, because we have most of our students come from Burma.
Right.
They're migrant students, so 250 or so live at the school.
Yeah.
Most of the other ones that come in are little ones, so they just live locally. But it's about taking children. It's about funding a vehicle and then fueling the vehicle. You know, you have to go and buy the food. You have to take children to hospital when they're sick. Teachers have to go to meetings. There's sports activities. It's continual, and it just goes on. We also fund the food. The breakfast and our nutrition program funds breakfast and dinner, and we have been funding school lunches. At the moment, we're cutting back on the school lunches. The school does have a piggery and they can grow vegetables, so again we're encouraging some degree of self-reliance with the students, but the students are wonderful. They're because we've been funding that school for 5 years now. We find that the older ones who have been with us now for the whole 5 years have finished grade 9, which is where the school finishes at grade 9. And so we have a scholarship program, and we've got 19 students at the moment going through grade 10 and a couple in grades 11 and 12. And they are the most inspirational, wonderful young people. It's great.
That's excellent.
So you've got your main your fundraising event coming up.
We do. This year we're really fortunate. The Rayong Ladies Rayon Pattaya Ladies Circle are holding their second annual red carpet ball. And the ball is on the 8th of November at the Amari.
Right.
Women with a Mission are being celebrated for our 10 years of work. So
fantastic.
we've had some marvellous sponsorship and funding to come in for this.
Would you like to give your kind sponsors a bit of a plug?
Oh, we'd love to. Thank you very much. Caterpillar have just come in and we're thrilled because they sponsored the ball last year as well. One of Women with a Mission's main sponsors, Albatross Logistics and Titan V&S, sponsoring again this year with funds. GAC, who have sponsored Women with a Mission for at least 8 years, are funding, along with Hemorrhage, Energy, and then we have, of course, the minor group, the hotel group. Bangkok Pattaya Hospital is always a supporter of Women with a Mission for every function.
Brilliant.
And let me just think who else is in there. Phoenix Golf Shirts.
Right.
Phoenix, they, from Bangkok, they're amazing. Vouchers for golf shirts. But for us, really important are these main funders who fund us with just straight funds, which is how we feed the children and how we pay for everything.
Tell them must be a huge amount of money, so it's good for your sponsors.
Are there still tickets available for the ball?
Yes, there are tickets available. Tables of 10 at 25,000 baht, or single tickets are 2,800 baht.
Right.
So I don't know how many tables there would be left, but certainly there's tickets available.
Tickets. So get them quick.
Last year was such a fun night.
Yeah.
I mean, really, it was like the old days when we used to have balls in Pattaya and everybody went along and had a really, really good time. So,
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, lots of dancing. Wear comfy dance shoes.
Yes. Yes.
So what is the format of, when does it start? What time does it start?
It's 7 o'clock.
7 o'clock.
The carpet rolls out at 7 o'clock and there'll be cocktails to start with. The doors will open, and I understand that the dancing this year, there's going to be several different bands. The dancing's coming in starting early. There's some other entertainment, which is last year we had some great tango and different dance entertainment, and I know that there's some similar dance entertainment again this year. We've got some, and there'll be a silent auction, of course.
Yes.
The food supplied by the Amari is delicious. It's really, really good. So that the dinner.
Do you know what's on the menu this time?
No. I know. In fact,
but whatever it is, it's going to be good.
It's going to be good. There's wine, a free flow of wine.
Yeah.
So it'll be fantastic.
And how many? What's the capacity?
250.
Oh, right. So it's not huge
Select
then.
few.
Yes. So it's
expecting the cream of Pattaya society to be.
Absolutely.
That'd be great. Is that that's your key fundraising event, isn't it? But do you do any others throughout the year?
Normally we hold our own fundraising event, which is a golf tournament. But this year we're not holding a golf tournament, so this is our key event that we're hoping will give us a large amount of funds. Pattaya Family Bike Day, which is supported by or set up by a group of young women, and have this fantastic day where everybody can contribute. That's on again in January next year. We've just been involved with American Axle Manufacturing. We had a charity hole at their golf tournament, and they matched what we raised, so we raised over 100,000 baht.
Excellent.
And that was just last Saturday. So we're finding that we're being supported more and more by the community. So
that's
great.
excellent. That's excellent. So where can people find out more about how to get tickets for the event?
To get tickets for the event, they can have a look on the Rayon Pattaya Ladies Facebook page.
Right.
They can also contact myself by phone Should I give you my phone number?
Yeah, we'll put it up on the screen.
Okay,
We'll put it up on
fine.
the screen soon.
Yeah, so they can contact myself or the Rayon Ladies Circle. Yes.
Excellent. So that's how to find out more
Yes.
about it. Well,
Yeah.
sounds like you're doing some great work.
Yeah.
So
Thank you.
you've been doing it for a decade now. So long may it continue for another decade at least.
And we're gonna
I'm getting a bit old for another decade.
Rubbish.
No, I'm sure, but no, it's all for a great cause, and I hope the event is a big success.
Thank you.
So thank you very much for coming and telling us all about it.
Thank you.
Best of luck again, and for our viewers, stay tuned for part 2.